Strength phase. We are now past our pattern progression, pattern proficiency phase, assuming that you know the movements that we're doing for this training cycle. Now we can move into the strength phase. So two components that we want to make sure you're aware of. One we've spoken about at length, which is progressive overload. Progressive overload simply means that you are increasing the difficulty each and every time that you work out. Now, this doesn't have to be a huge amount, that's why it's called progressive, but it needs to be gradual, it needs to be consistent. We take care of that with the programming, so as long as you're following the percentages and you're increasing the reps, where we say increase the reps or duration, okay, those are examples of gradually increasing the difficulty. Now, the second part, which is where you have complete control, and what we need to emphasize today, is technical exhaustion. Technical exhaustion is going to a point where you are safely out of your comfort zone, but you can't do any more with good form. And this is different than complete failure, because often you can squeak out 1 or 2 reps with not great form and then fail. We want to avoid that. Technical exhaustion is reaching the point where you might only have 1 rep in reserve, that's 1 rep left, okay, RIR, and you aren't able to do anymore. And this is what promotes adaptation. Adaptation is the scientific term for getting better. So adaptation is when your body says, hey, what you've been doing is really difficult. I want to build more muscle so that it doesn't feel as difficult next time. Or, hey, that was a really hard run. I want to build up some more cardiovascular endurance so next time it doesn't feel as hard. This is what gets layered on workout over workout. It ultimately happens during recovery, but the training is the stimulus for that. So technical exhaustion, especially when we say go to technical exhaustion, is important. Otherwise, you're just getting a really long warm-up. And although that might be okay for some of you, some of the time, eventually you're gonna plateau, you're not gonna see the results. And you're gonna say, well, why am I not getting better? Look in the mirror, go to technical exhaustion, aggressively overload the workouts, you'll get better.